I heard you speak on your diet real brief, and I seen that you speak like you show pictures and stuff like that, and you talk about eating healthy. Like, what
Mhm.
is your diet like now, and how much has that impact your life eating healthy?
Man, I still do it day to day. I mean, just like I told you, I'm in the kitchen, and it taught me how to cook. And the biggest thing, man, is that I noticed it's real strict. I mean, first and foremost, it's an $8,000 to $10,000 diet. You're talking to somebody every week. It's very restrictive on foods because you got to understand what causes inflammation to your body and what doesn't. And
Exactly.
the biggest thing for me was because of the amount of inflammation I had in my hip. I knew I can cure it through food. I can get that to go away. So I lost a lot of weight when I first started playing just to get that inflammation off my hip. But I don't want to have surgery, man. I'm 30, 33 now, but at the time I was 28. And I'm like, you know what? If I have a hip replacement, I'm gonna have to have two more probably before I die. I'm not gonna do that. There gotta be another way. You know what I'm saying? I had 13 surgeries prior total in my career before I was like, I'm not doing another one, not right now. So the biggest thing for me though is just me being able to have that energy, you know what I'm saying, to keep it moving and mental clarity. And I haven't taken over-the-counter medication in probably like 6 years, not even for a common cold, you know what I'm saying? But the quality of my life is better. It's impacted me from just a mental standpoint, and I always look at it like this: it's mind, body, and spirit. The mind got to be right first, and your body got to be right, and your spirit got to follow it. So it's just that sense of clarity, and you be shocked at how much stuff food can cause in your body, in your mind, and just go, haywire.
Well, we're vegan, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We right there with you.
I just started doing the vegan thing too as a challenge to myself. You know what I'm
it
saying? I
is.
love it.
Yeah.
I do.
And that's the part of the name that you didn't catch, the Toya veganmomiana. Yeah, that's that.
I didn't
I like
think
that.
that. You right. That's dope though.
But that's I couldn't wait. I get ready to talk about that. I'm like, yeah, I want to hear all about that because it's exciting because you to find out, and I find out stuff every day. I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? But it's dope when people can really just experience it and be like, yeah, no, for real, what you eat affects how you think, how you move, everything. You know what I'm saying? And because people don't know, they don't have a fucking clue. And I have asked Alex and laughing about people not drinking enough water. I'm like, bitches is not making the right decisions because they dehydrated. Like, we just need to figure this out and just tell the truth. This is why everybody is slow. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So I wanted to hear about that. And so you are starting vegan. You have,
Yeah, nah, I'm doing it now. I just started recently.
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah.
up. Welcome,
This is
welcome.
definitely a challenge, but you got this.
At one point, you know what I'm saying, my mom's put me on like Prozac because, the way sometimes my temper get out of hand and stuff like that. And then it was like, I almost had a heart attack. And then it was like, asking me about what I was eating. And I'm like, oh, so that played a part. So I started working out and then went vegan. And it was like, when I started reading up on how the stuff I'm putting in my body can affect my mindset, I'm like, okay, it's a no-brainer for me. I
Yeah.
got that, I literally looked up vegetarian and I was like, oh, it's another thing. And that's when I learned about what a vegan was. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to that. If it affect my mindset and can help me be more calm the way I approach stuff, why
Mhm.
not? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to put us up on this thing that you do, dietary progression immunology. Am I
Yeah.
saying it right?
Yeah. Dietary progression immunology.
Immunology, got you. You said Leon Melman of
Yeah, man.
BYG. You speak on him, and you swear by this stuff. So if you would mind, let us know what this is.
He's
How
smiling.
much it costs.
He's like, yeah, that's it.
Man, so the dietary immunology progression diet is pretty much um, so people don't really understand weight gain, weight loss, food symptoms, and inflammation in the body. So what this diet does is that it tests a bunch of different food structures against the white blood cells, and that's where the inflammation lies. So to make a long story short, let's just say that Latoya, you eat a steak and you go to sleep and you wake up and you 5 pounds heavier. That is a straight up inflammatory response to a food. Or you eat this steak and you be belching and you farting, your eyes watering, your
I
skin.
have a story about that.
Yeah, but it's straight, but it's real though. And any food that you eat, if
Yeah.
you literally break it down to one food structure and you eat it and you realize that, dang, I'm bloated, I'm gassy, you're not supposed to feel like that from
No,
food.
you're not.
That's just your body telling you, like, listen, this food is not good for you. But with this diet, they test a bunch of different food structures for almost 2 weeks to get your white blood cells. And then they compile a list of foods that you just immediately, you don't eat these foods.
Yeah.
And then they got a list of foods that you challenge. And so you'll get an immediate food source. And well, let me see if I don't have none.
It sounds like this is like, it seems like the
Sound
blood type diet on steroids.
Yeah, it's almost similar to the Alcat, but the dude that has this diet is the reason why Alcat is about. His mom created this diet years ago to help save his life. He couldn't walk. And so this is how she ended up coming about with this diet. He's about 40-some odd years old now. So, but yeah, you get immediate food list. Like my immediate food source might be, I can tell you, my baby mom at the time, she had beef steak. She had beef, any beef product, organic, non-GMO, obviously, corn and chocolate, cocoa, like 85% or higher, something like that. She was able to eat popcorn, steaks, all kind of chocolate products because her body was actually using this food to heal. And this is right after she had my son, and she lost 70 pounds in 3 months. And the allergies was gone. She had real bad allergies at the time. Allergies, no signs of allergies, a lot of mental clarity, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. And then honestly, every single day after that immediate food use, you'll test the food against it. So she might have had all that stuff, and then the next day it's got like, rice, Brussels sprouts, and salmon. So she gets to pick one of those foods and eat it. If she eats it and then realizes the next day that she's gained weight or had any food symptoms, you can't eat that food for 17 plus days because that's how it takes for your body. But the food helps correct the immunology patterns in your body. So if there's something that's, you know what I'm saying? There's people that you can have a sleep issue, and there might be something that's food related that's stopping you from being able to sleep.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they break it down through 5 different white blood cells and then different food patterns. They call them PG1s, PG2s, and PG3s, how your body breaks down foods. And it's really, really in depth to the point where every morning I got to you step on a scale before you go to sleep in the morning, and I have to write down my stresses of the day, the foods that I ate, the foods that I challenged. I have to drink 2 gallons of water. Got to tell them how many times I went to the bathroom, how many times I took a bite, because people don't really understand how crucial these things are to your body. So, but man, I love that dude to death, man. I feel like he saved my life, and honestly, that's why I'm taking medications. You talk about taking Prozac. I was taking 150 opiates a week, including Adderall and Prozac. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of my career, my stomach was messed up from it. I couldn't eat shit without feeling bloated. I couldn't even drink a bottle of water without feeling bloated.
Yeah.
Wait. So
He's like, wait.
Okay. So me, when I graduated from high school, I weighed like 165, 170 pounds. Over those next few years, I gained 50 pounds within like 4 years, graduating high school. And that was around the time where my mom was like, hey, we need this. Whoa. So it's a possibility that Prozac had something to do with me gaining all the weight.
Absolutely. Anything. I can tell you right now, which is weird that you say that. When you do your food, you have to do like this whole orientation call with him. So he gets down to the nitty gritty of where you should be weight wise. And that's your goal. So we found out that literally my senior year in the NFL, I ended up having, actually not senior in high school. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about 3 different things. My senior year high school, I was about 240 pounds. Right when I got past 240 pounds, that's when I had my first injury.